Hi, and welcome back to Let's Play EG. Today we're doing our Pacifist run of Sector 6. So, the Pacifist run of Sector 6 isn't, story-wise, too much different than the run of Sector 6 violently. If that makes any sense. You know, mechanic-wise, it's going to be very different, because, of course, we're not attacking anybody. Pacifist run. But, aside from some changed profile pictures, the dialogue's going to stay pretty much the same. There'll be some nuance talks about, oh hey, EG, you're not really killing anybody. And, you know, I approve of that, that's your style. But, not some big, no big, like, things like Sector 3. Now, you may see what's going on right here and be like, newbie, why are you fighting the assassin? This is a pacifist run. Well, you might have noticed this if you read the logbooks for the violent run, but they mention that you can't really easily kill an assassin. They just run away when you kill them. So, they don't count as kills. So there's really no point not to fight assassins. And I'll show you right here, see? Still 0 kills. Now, something you may have noticed in that fight right there. Assassins, you know, you use all close range stuff, so shotgun, buster gun. The nuke just hits everything, so that's why you can use that. But you can also use melee. It doesn't work so well on Asha, so that's why I didn't show it off in that fight. But on your normal assassins, it works pretty well, actually. It does a whole point of health damage, and they rarely ever dodge it, so use melee. We're going to be following pretty much the same path, because going into this, I was like, maybe I'll pass up the CFIS, but for the purposes of a pacifist run, you do actually have to pick up every weapon. Well, not every weapon, but you need a CFIS. So I figured, there's one in this sector, I have almost max Kamado, why not get it this sector anyway? I'll save myself some time later on, where I'll probably pick up a CFIS anyway, but get it while it's in my head. And right here I'm like, you know what, screw that, I'm not dying. And I don't know what it was about this sector, or this run, but I was really into hacking turrets. I'll do it quite a few times. I don't know why I was doing it. But now that we're on the bottom, my whole strategy for this room is to try and activate the berserkers as quickly as possible. That way they'll take out everybody. And here's an interesting thing. I didn't know this, but apparently if somebody sees you get nano invis, it doesn't work. Everybody knows you're there. But, you know, once I move over here, I'm out of the way for a little bit. I'm invisible again. As long as I don't get hit by anything. Oh. Smooth. Nope, no, I have to go back for that 4 nano. 4? Oh, I don't even know how much it was. It wasn't a lot. And here you'll see, I touched them, so they instantly know I'm there. It was all showing it off, that's why I did it. That's why I went back, to show that off. So we're going to move up here, and once again, something I didn't notice in my violent run, and I figured out in my pacifist run, there's a Kamado station right there, right above us. So I didn't necessarily have to go the path that I went. But, you know, it saves time. Kind of, in some weird way. No, don't go down there. There's nothing down there for you. So we're just going to move this way, open up this door. And then run up there, past all the guards, and max out our Kamado, so then we can pick up our CFIS. There's so many people in these levels. I really have to fight the urge to just use the Resonance Reflector to actually take people out and make everything easier. Something to think about. We got what the CFIS stands for, which I don't even remember anymore. But I wonder what MPFB stands for. And I don't think they ever tell you in the game. Maybe I'll look into it later. I'm not gonna look into it. So like I said, I was on like a hacking spree. I don't know how. Oh, no, now I see how I got caught there. The turret saw me and then alerted the guard. I thought I was being sneaky, slipping in behind that guy. So much shock splinters. Splinters? Shock splinters. So, we're not really getting... Well, there's 2 more engages that we're going to do. By engages, I mean like... Oh no, there's still 3 fights. I'm getting way ahead of myself. Opening crates for no reason. Yeah, you'll notice that all of EG's portraits are just... She's really worried. She just doesn't like what's going on. She can't really handle all the fighting. And she's just like... kind of on the verge of breaking down almost, it seems like, in half of them. I mean, it doesn't come across that way in the cutscenes, but like... She looks really worried in all the portraits. So... And, again, I'm going to mention this. Assassins give 16 or 20 nano. They give a lot of nano. Once again, the pop-up didn't come up on the bottom, so I don't know. But, what I'm trying to say is it's always worth it to fight the assassins. They're pretty easy to take out. And they give a lot of nano, so no reason not to. And here I'm going to just combine some weapons that I've been neglecting, like... the Buster Gun, the Velocithor, somebody corrected me in the thread, and the Splinter Gun. The Splinter Gun we need for the supercharge right here. Actually, you can use the nuke to get this supercharge, but it's a big waste. You know, speaking of the Buster Gun, it's kind of upsetting that other than the Asha fight in Sector 5, the Buster Gun really doesn't have a use. I mean, I guess you can use them on assassins, and I guess if you up your attack enough, then the Buster Gun is a viable choice for fighting assassins. But the way I look at it, melee is just so much better. And I'm going to up my health a bit here because there's really no other stats I need. Strength, maybe? Probably not. And watch this, if you kick down this door, you can actually get the 2 rooms to fight each other. Of course, the right side's going to win because they're Kamado and they all have shock splitters. Come on, just finish them off. Yeah. You know, I bet you one of those Kamados are dead too. Just gotta count the number of rockets that went over. There were 2. These guys have 4 life. And you can get that nano right there. But you also have to remember, at the end of the level, to the left of the exit, there's a ton of nano by that one door. So, I always find it's just better to pick up that nano. We're just gonna bunny hop by these guys. And get blown up by the turret. Oh no, wait, I didn't get blown up by the turret. There's a shock splinter that came by. Darn that guy. So if my calculations were right, this should put me over the level. Yeah. I wasn't sure if I was going to hit it, so I did a little dance right there. And that's it for the level. So I'm going to check out for the cutscene. It's mostly the same. It ends at 15 minutes. So worried. So, something to note, if you don't read that one logbook by Asha, then you won't have that little conversation about it at the end of this cutscene. So skipping that skips that part of the cutscene. So that was it for Sector 6. We know what we need to do next, so let's move on to Sector 7.